Hey there, welcome to another Tuesday night watch chat. I am your host, Bobby Legs, and I'm joined with some good friends this evening, friends Keith and Amin. Keith, it's been a while, man. It's been a
It has
minute.
been a little while, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I can't remember when I was last on. I think it was with Amin though. Maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amin and Dave or something. I don't
I
know.
guess I guess it wasn't too long ago. It was
Yeah,
probably like
yeah.
a month or two ago.
Figured it was time.
Yeah, but I wanted you.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago, I was begging you to come on because I think you had a new
Oh
watch
yeah.
coming in, and I wanted to because it's an event when Keith gets a watch because he puts so much time and effort thinking about what watch he's getting, right? And
That's true.
so it's methodical, and so it isn't like an event. I'm not knocking you. I'm just thinking, it's an event, man. It really is. I feel like it's something special when you get a piece in it and you share it with us.
Yeah, unfortunately
Um,
I'm not wearing that one tonight.
yeah. Well,
I got dropped
what
the
do you
ball.
what are you wearing on wrist tonight? What do you got?
On wrist is the Ming 1709.
Oh,
It's
very
the
nice.
burgundy
Yeah,
dial.
it's a great watch. Great watch. Hey, I mean, hey, you did it. Look, the other day you were telling me you were going to cut your hair. I think you look
Yeah.
great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
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 I cut it yesterday.
yeah. You got that down. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
thanks.
Because like with me, it's just like zzz, right. I mean, yours is probably a little bit. You're using scissors, aren't you?
I use scissors. Yep,
Wow, I'm impressed.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
thank you.
I'm impressed. How
Appreciate it.
you doing, man?
Good, good. Little sleepy. I took some Benadryl a little while
Oh,
ago for hives,
yeah,
so I'm a little zonked, but happy to be here and,
yeah. Sleepy almond is like the
gonna
best almond on the street, by
gonna
the way.
gonna try to pull my load
Yeah,
here.
no, no, no. This is great.
I'm
Wait, so
This is,
why
wearing
don't you go to a stylist or like someone who cuts your hair? Is it just like a hassle? You just been doing it for so long this way?
it's like equal parts, um, convenience,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of social anxiety,
Mm.
mm,
a little bit of money savings.
yeah,
It's all of the above, really.
yeah,
It's
It
yeah.
yeah.
looks. I would have never guessed you cut it yourself. It looks
It's a
great.
little bit of not really caring if it looks that great, you know?
I used
Yeah.
to, I used to, I used to get so much anxiety when I
Yeah.
went and got a haircut. Like, not that, like, it wasn't like a social thing or anything like that. It was just like, I've been losing my hair for like the last 30 years, right?
Mm,
And
mm, mm.
so, like, when I would get a haircut, it would accentuate, like the spots where like I was like paranoid about, and so like that would make me anxious. Right now, I don't give an F, right? So I just like, well, just like have it shaved down, and when it's really, I like to get the skin fade, right? I like to get
Mm,
the,
mm.
one or one and a half, two on top, and then the faded skin, and so like that's it. It is what it is now, man. I'm 50.
Yeah, that
You know what I,
works.
you know?
Yeah, I don't get anxious about the cut itself. I don't really get anxious, but I don't like lines and waiting, and I don't
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was guessing it was
yeah.
the forced conversation with
No,
the
no, that part
hairstylist.
is actually I find pleasant.
Oh,
It's
really?
Yeah,
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I don't mind it. I don't know about pleasant, but it's a neutral at worst, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
like.
I
Go
was
ahead,
gonna
Keith.
say
I'm
the
sorry.
place I go sometimes is you just walk in. There's no appointments. You
Mm,
walk in. You don't know how busy it's gonna be,
yeah,
and there's no one keeping track of who came in first.
Mm.
They just kind of guess, oh, are you next? And I don't like that at all.
yeah,
That annoys me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, especially yeah, I'm trying to get more calm and not get hung up over things like seeing somebody who came in after me, get called
Oh,
first and
yeah,
this kind of
yeah.
stuff, but, like, I think I'm not naturally, easygoing about that kind of stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
but it's a process.
I like the places I find that in this new phase that I'm in with the hair situation, right? Meaning the lack of.
Mm,
There's I like going to the barbers, and they're usually like younger guys, right?
mm,
And so when I go into these places, I'm in like 50, white guy, and they all assume that I'm a cop, right?
Mm.
Because like it's just like you see me and you see like a bunch of 20-year-old gentlemen, 20-year-old guys, hanging out in the barbershop, and then I come in and I'm like easily twice their age, right? And so they're like they all hush up, right? And there was a place like that where I lived previously that they used to love, man. These guys are talented, but they were stoned all the time, right? And
Mhm.
so like the first couple times I would go in there, they would just like be like really like, oh, this guy's here. Let's get him out of here as soon as possible. You know what I mean?
Ah,
He's gonna narc us. Okay, you're done. All right, let's go. But then after a while, they knew I was down.
that's so funny.
I would come back and like, yeah, then I'd talk about like Nas or something like that, and then you know we're all good. You know
You
what I mean?
brought Mrs. Legs, and they're like, "Oh, he's not a narc. His legs
Yeah,
are cool."
yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, with her like, with her Wu-Tang, sweater on. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, um, but I mean, those guys do a great job. They do the skin fade like nobody's business, man. Those young guys. So, because they know what looks good. Yeah.
Got
What do you
got
got there?
my, Helios today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome,
I
awesome. I
really
got
like
my
this watch.
Zen 356. Yeah, that Halo, that color really pops really, really well, nicely on
It's a
it.
cool watch.
Hey, let's say hello to chat, and then we'll
Yeah.
get into tonight's topic. How do you tell your friend that his watch taste sucks? And I'll get into why we're talking about that tonight. And and yeah, buy what you want. Oh boy, here's Deb. Hey
Oh,
Deb.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's eating popcorn. Okay, Dib. We're gonna say hello to the chat first, and then we'll get into your wristwatch check. Hey, Maison is here. How you doing? You are
Dib's
a
hair
crust.
fluctuations, hair status changes from week to week are just
Facial
fascinating.
facial hair.
Like,
Yeah,
clean as a baby and then full beard a week
like a day
later.
later. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Drink that water, buddy.
It's
Rick
awesome.
is here. How you doing? Kevin S is here. I feel like Dib's gonna be trolling us a little bit tonight, or me anyway. Hey Chaz, how you doing? Deech, what's up? Marceau is here. Good to see you. Greg, is this the racing channel? No, it's not. Bruno is here. Steve Time Hill is here. Peter C, what is up? Bruno, hello. FP Wilson, what's going on? Underachieving watch collector. Good to see you. Hey, Wayben's here, still honeymooning with his SVG A493. That's awesome. Hey, Cabby Lake, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Thomas, what's up, Thomas? Joey B. Hey, buddy, good to see you, Joey. Yes, we do have an all-star panel on tonight. That's right. That's right. We do. We do. Um, let's scroll in here, picking up on new names. Hey, Mez9, what's going on? Good to see you. Caliber is here. We have an all-star crew in the chat this evening. That's awesome. Um, okay, and there's a lot of chit chat going back and forth. Hey, edibles. Yeah, there was a lot of edibles going on at the as well as just this blatant smoking in that barbershop. But those guys, man, mean haircut, dude. I tell you, I miss that place. I miss that place. Um, Hobby Bobby. So who are we talking about tonight? Okay, we will get into that, sir. Very very soon. Bobby, I don't know who it's about. Okay. I was wondering the same thing, Hobby Bobby. Who are we talking about? Well, we're gonna get into that really quick. Dib, how you doing, my friend? What's shaking? What do you got on wrist? Talk to us.
Doing good. My,
Ooh, the
uh,
Snoopy.
not
Mm.
so peasant Snoopy
Yeah.
that I paid over retail for. Very important. So not so peasant.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, is that the only watch you ever paid over retail for?
No, this is the second watch I paid over retail. The Grand Seiko Umia, I paid
Um,
$1,500 over MSRP.
okay.
But that watch was only made for a store in Japan. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um,
That's a very limited piece, right?
Were those
Okay.
really the only 2, Dib? Ever?
mhm,
Wow.
ever. This was more of an impulse purchase. When I saw the prices going down,
Mm,
I did not realize that it would go down even further.
yeah.
So it is what it is. But I like the watch.
I paid over retail for this. I paid over retail for
I
For the
know.
Helios.
too many watches, but for the Helios, yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. I think it was over retail, maybe $100 over retail.
150.
115. Okay.
Keith, I think I know the answer to this. You've never paid for anything over retail, I would imagine.
No, I have not.
That's what I thought. I can't think off the top of my head if I ever paid over retail for any piece. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just can't think of one right now.
Mm.
But if it can't be too many because I just literally can't remember. Hey, Ken Spear, how you doing, Ken? Checking in from Pittsburgh. Okay, so look, let me preface by saying buy whatever you like, right?
Mhm.
Nobody should be judging you on your picks, on your watch picks, but there comes a time when you need to. I feel like maybe not necessarily with watches, but with your friends. If you're someone's friend, right, and they're doing something or making a choice that you may not think is the best choice. Maybe their judgment is misguided. Maybe they're just have tunnel vision and just not thinking about all the possibilities. Um, I feel like if that's a situation, I have a duty as a friend to just gently make a suggestion or gently voice my opinion, whether it's unsolicited or not, right? Because you care about this person, right? And you don't want them to see go down a road where it could be detrimental. Now, that's generalities, right? But we're watch. I'm a watch. We got a watch channel here, and we're going to talk about watches. And yes, again, buy whatever you like. But so there was a situation today where I found myself with some of my watch friends, and some of them are here on the panel here, and I had a question about a watch that I was reaching out to the brand, and and I showed some people like what watch I was talking about, and so there is this brand of watch. It's a German brand, right? It's a very very small brand that someone who has another YouTube channel, a German guy who knows a lot about German watches, had suggested because I had asked him, what are some German watch brands that we just don't know about here in the States that we should be taking a look at, and he mentioned this brand here, and it's called Vintage VDB. Um, so some of these pieces, I mean, the one thing I've been following this brand for the last couple of years, and I've noticed that these watches are very big, right? We're looking at, for example, here. I'm just picking the first one up over here. It's a 46 millimeter case diameter. It's a 55 millimeter lug to lug and an 18 millimeter thick watch. That's a big watch, and a lot of these models that they
Oh
have,
Lord, I
yeah,
didn't even notice that when I was dissing these watches.
yeah, and a lot of their models are roughly around the same size. They're huge.
46 by 55 by 18.
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like the 46 doesn't bother me. The 55 would not work for me. And the 18, I mean, look, I mean, these crystals are domed, right? So
Hmm.
you get something here like their version of a Pepsi GMT, right? All these brands,
Mm.
same dimensions here. I look, I like this one.
Oh,
I like the
Bobby legs.
I like the way this looks, but I mean, like it's 48 by 57. I mean, I would never buy it because of
Oh,
the dimensions. But if these were a little bit smaller, same proportions but smaller, man, they go for around 2 grand or somewhere between the 2 and 3 grand range.
they look cheap for two
Do you
grand.
think
Yeah.
so?
Oh yeah. Like I'm wearing a sub $1,000 watch that I think looks more expensive than some of these watches. I think.
I,
Uh,
Like look at the handset. They look like
yeah,
this looks like parts bin handsets. The
really?
yeah, these and the sword hands on those other ones, they look like straight out of Yabokis, if you know the Seiko modding
Yeah, 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 yeah.
community,
I do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, do you think that looks cheap?
Yes.
I don't think this is their best offering, to be honest. But the other offerings, I quite like it. You
Sorry,
know,
sorry, I missed it. How much are they?
Two
They're,
they're a
grand.
little
they're around the
expensive.
2 to 3 range.
Oh, 2 to 3.
Most of
Okay.
them. Most of them. Yeah.
See,
Um,
I mean, in the world of sub 40 millimeter watches, which everybody from Hodinkee wants, this is a refreshing brand. They're catering to the big wristed. I don't know. It looks nice. There's certainly a little bit of flair to it. I think the word we're looking for here is esoteric
The
for the
size
watches.
actually makes them better for me because it makes them less run of the mill, right? It's something to
yeah,
distinguish them that they're
yeah,
giant. Some of the ones, like the one you put up here, are less derivative than some of the other ones.
right.
Like the Pepsi, I think
Yeah, of course.
is rough. The
Right.
first page you put up, those first like four divers, they all looked heavily derivative.
Yeah.
Um,
I
this
mean,
one looks this
I
looks
think,
better.
yeah, I think this is handsome. Look, I mean, okay, so the 16 case thing is not so bad. I mean, like that's fine. I could deal with 16. 56, I mean, I can't. That's just like that will hang over my wrists. That would just look. It would just look just grossly huge on my wrist. The 46 case, that doesn't bother me. If this was 46 by like 48 or 46 by like 50, I I mean I would do it. I would go for it. You know what I mean?
What do
So
you?
But
you're reaching out to the brand. How close are you as it stands right now to a purchase of one of these?
no, no, not.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
not close at all, Keith.
Okay, okay.
Just because they don't make.
A good question, Keith. That's an important question.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
negative do we have to go here to intervene?
No, no. Look. I mean, the answer is I'm not. I'm. Oh boy. Okay. Let me just follow what's going on here with the chat.
I don't think you want to read the
Deech,
chat.
Deech is out. Rick is no.
Hey,
Um,
Bobby.
yes.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Um, all right, never mind. I'll send it to you via private message.
Okay.
So I found a watch which fits your criteria. 44 millimeters, 53 lug to lug. It's just and I was like you mentioned the watch today, the brand, and obviously I had no idea what it was. And
Yeah.
there are some designs like this one where like it has a sandwich dial, then it has volume. I like volume personally,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like it obviously it is a brand which is completely, I won't say it's copy paste, but anything that you look at the brand, even the angles on the case, it's derived from something which exists.
Mm.
But
Mm.
it has its own unique like for example, if you look at the picture above that,
Mm-hmm.
that to me screams 62 mass. Like the lug profile, how it angles down,
Mm.
100% 62 mass.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, beauty in the eye of the beholder. I mean, like if this speaks to you, maybe like if you are willing to take a shot at it, yeah,
Mm.
not bad, because used, these are like $1,000. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend buying new, but
Yeah.
I don't know, something to add to the German collection.
Yeah. Yeah. Poo knife from Joy B. Double poos from Dan. Michael B. Not liking it. Neither is Greg. Welfare check on legs. Oh boy. I mean, like, I think you guys and now you can understand how the tournament happened.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I am really surprised at the
Mm,
barrage of
mm,
disapproval that's coming from the chat. I don't think these guys have ever heard of the live and let live phrase. This watch needs to live on its own. Maybe away from these group of toxic guys. I
mhm,
just don't think they're. Oh, all right. I'm trolling hard. I can't even have an opinion. Anytime I go against something which is not as per the crowd, oh, I'm a troll. You know.
Oh, I thought he was admitting it there for a second, but he's just reading
No, I'm not a
comments.
troll. I like this watch. It's just
yeah.
it's a little different than what I am used to. I can't wear these watches. They're very big, but if you can, it's a unique German brand.
Kevin S. Bobby should reach out to the brand and tell them to stop making these watches. Um,
They make custom ones too. You can commission them to make
Yeah,
a completely unique one.
yeah, yeah. I'm buying one just because they go against the small watch propaganda. Pacific. Thank you, Pacific.
Oh, he's
For
definitely not Bill Sanders.
yeah.
Do they do they do they really have Johnny Depp wearing their watches?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so Johnny Depp is I guess a brand ambassador,
Wow.
which may I don't know. I don't know if that's
That's
the
something.
guy.
That's something.
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
if that's the guy, but let's see,
What
where
do you
is
mean
he?
you don't know it's the guy? Johnny Depp is the man. I
I
mean,
don't know if he's the man anymore. There he is. I mean, you could barely
He's
see
been the
it.
man though.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he's one of them. He's one of the men.
He's
after
one
his
of the
last
men.
movie, I'm convinced he's the best.
Okay. Wear it in good health. Dib is faux loco.
I don't know who
Uh,
that is.
he's like fake crazy. Um,
Oh, VDB stands for Vintage Daily Beater.
oh, I see. No, I did not know that. Okay. Rumor has it Ben Clymer has one. Um, Depp is a real life pirate. Stay away.
Case, hands, face, strap, clasp, all made by hand. Solely by hand.
Bobby, if you want an affordable German that is a bit different, check out SA. Yeah, 1950. I've seen those. I've seen those, Bruno. Um, they are a little bit different. Just just tuned in. What fresh hell
It's
is
not
this?
fresh hell.
Uh,
Bobby needs to diversify. He doesn't like a nomos, so we are into vintage. What was it? DB, Daily
Vision-
Beater watches.
Keith, what do you think is going on here with this? With this, I mean, is there anything here that I mean, obviously,
Nothing speaks to me
nothing
that
speaks to
I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Now, is your rule now that it has to be a German watch?
No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
It doesn't have to be a German watch. I mean,
Okay.
it's just that's what I prefer at the moment. But no, this is just a brand that's just like kind of like I've been following, and every once in a while I'll go on their site for the last couple of years. So this is not just something like that just started recently.
Okay.
So is VDB classed as a micro brand? Well, I mean they make runs, right? They make certain amount of pieces at a time.
I feel like would like Unimatic be a good alternative to this?
Yeah. There's some unimatic vibes to some of these for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
He has been around
Unimatic.
since 2008.
Some
Um,
of these are very unique actually, but if you make some knockoffs, I feel like it taints the rest of your stuff.
sure. Yeah, I could buy that. Yeah, yeah. I think what was appealing was the size of the vintage DVD. Like they're so grossly
Mm.
bad, but I want it to work on my wrist, but I know it's not going to work on my wrist. You know what I mean? Like, um, so that's why I'll never buy one. But if they tamed down the sizes a little bit, I mean, I don't know. I may have to do it. Here's some Unimatics. Yeah, no, Unimatics are great. Um, you know, this is the most YouTube exposure for VDV has ever had. Um, yeah. Justin Sains, when you buy this watch, it grants you entry into the wild ones. Nice bus driver hat, Johnny.
They so overtly critical. Like the poor man has started a brand. He's doing something unique. I mean, like it's not shit like Long Island Watch, but this is still good.
Well, I mean, Long Island Watch had a stop the press kind of moment today with their new release. Today, Johnny Depp needs an old fashioned Amber Heard right hook to snap him out of this ambassadorship.
Right. That was the best movie I saw from Johnny Depp. Please don't hate the player, please.
Man, Dib,
Oh, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing look at this. Go to the menu
of
and then the
vintage
of
DVD,
VDB. Go to
yeah.
go to sandwich, go to lifestyle.
Where am I missing that? Do I see lifestyle?
Yeah, you have to go to about
Go to
VDB
about VDB. About
and then
Oh, about
lifestyle.
okay,
go to lifestyle,
okay.
and then check this out. Scroll down.
Oh, there's Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Gene Simmons wears
Uh,
VDB. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alice
Lee
Cooper.
Lee Majors, the $6 Million Man. Peter Criss, also from Kiss.
Eric Singer.
I
Alice
mean,
Uh,
Cooper.
now you guys have to change your mind. I'm sorry.
Now I feel
Johnny Depp
foolish.
and
I feel
Schwarzenegger.
foolish now. Yeah, I
Look,
feel
Bjorn
foolish.
Dixgard.
Yeah.
Bjorn Dixgard. He wears it. Um, Randy Blythe, Lamb of God, the singer of Randy. Okay, yeah, one of Bobby Legs' one of his favorite bands. Um, I don't know who that is. Jan Ulrich. Okay.
Tyson Fury.
Some heavy hitters. That's
Nikki
for sure.
Sixx.
Nikki Six
Oh
from
my
Motley Crue.
God. He got Walter Roll to wear the watch.
Where's Walter?
You know what?
Do you know who Walter Roll is?
No, no. Who's Walter?
Famous racing driver.
Ah, ah.
This is hard to argue with.
I'm sorry, but when you have Walter Roll in the mix, I think Bob, you need to take a stab at this. Like, forget about all these. Walter Roll, he's a Hall of Famer.
You should
Yeah.
ask if you buy one of these watches, can you get your picture put up on this page with the rest of these guys? I'm telling you, it'll be almost worth it.
So Arnold's wearing one. I'm sure they just sent these guys some free watches, right? I mean, that's how he does it,
Nah,
right?
nah. I mean, Walter Roll, I'm sorry. That man has taste. I don't know about the others.
The
I'm
guy from
thinking this
ZZ
is
Top.
legit. I'm thinking this is or was a legitimate brand.
You can't just send these people free stuff and expect them
Yeah.
to wear it. I mean, they would get free stuff all the time. So
Group watch
I
now.
mean, they're wearing because they like it.
Yeah.
Div didn't wear a Dick Scar, which is how he got his VDB.
Right. Now, I don't know anything about that, but I'm sorry, but Walter Roll, King, all these other people. If you don't know who that is, please
Mm,
Google him.
okay, okay, I will. I will. Now, now Rob has to buy one of these. These are just pictures of randoms. Yeah, but they're wearing the watch though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're wearing the watch. So, um,
Yep.
I agree with Deb 100%. Caliber is saying,
Walter
uh,
Roll, can't go wrong.
Justin never knew this many guys famous in the 80s and 90s love shitters. Bit of a coup to get all these celebs wearing their products. Someone in that company is connected. Um, do these celebs know that they are ambassadors? Um, yeah. So look, I mean, okay. Well, I guess we're answering the question here, you guys. And I appreciate you guys feel comfortable enough with me that you can tell me um, that my tastes suck sometimes, right?
15-year-old watch brand that none of us have ever heard of. Is there a good reason for that, or are we missing out? That's, I guess, the question.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, no. I mean, not many small brands can be Baltic, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or Furlong Mari.
That being said, I do like the new Baltic Hemetic. I'm if I could have if I could have sold my tuna, I would live buy the watch on air.
Wow.
But I need the tuna to sell first.
This is the
Just
second time today you said if I could sell the tuna.
I can't
No?
sell it. There's nobody willing to buy it. So
where is
what
it?
can you
Where's it
do?
listed? Where is it listed on Watch You Seek?
Yeah, what you see.
Okay, so if anybody's interested in a tuna, you want to give some details of that, Dib. So just in case people in the chat are looking for a tuna, what's the what version?
Golden tuna SPB and 040, but it's been there for a while now.
Low,
If there's anybody,
lowest price in North America, right?
You'll buy if somebody buys that from you right now. You'll buy the Baltic live on the air.
exactly, that's a promise.
These guys wish
Oh
they were
no.
Baltic. Oh, come on, man! Live by Baltic Fun. Dib, Hobby Bobby is
Ooh.
throwing down. This is all yours. This is
Nah,
all
it's your
yours.
channel.
No, 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 no. This is all yours. If you do a live
Yeah,
buy.
but I can't do a $99.99 random buy. It has to be scheduled.
What's the
The
what's
sh-
the
so
Baltic? I want
the
to see the
watch
Baltic.
goes in.
I want to see the Baltic. What's the
Uh,
Baltic?
It's called
where-
the Hemetic.
Oh,
I
I see
really
it.
like the Baltic. I'm not joking. I really like it.
I see it.
The
I'll take
indices look really nice.
Hematique. Well, thank you, Hobby Bobby.
It's not bad. I see it.
I'll try to convince Dib to pick one up. Oh, so you're
I
talking about
really
these
like
guys
it.
right here.
I like
Which
the
color you
green,
like, Dib? Green?
green or the beige.
Yeah, I like the cream colored one, the beige.
Ah, man, this is
It,
terrible.
it it has it has global light indices, lots of lume. I like it,
I can't do it.
and I haven't said that about any Baltic before this
For
one.
for 550, it's yeah, it's rough, Dib.
That's rough, Dib. I mean, what do you think, Keith? I mean, you think Dib's on?
Someone
Yeah.
who you all know asked me about this watch because he was also thinking of buying this watch. But I don't want to call the
Oh,
person out just in case they don't want to be known. But I don't know. I didn't know what to say. It doesn't appeal to me really. You could do worse.
You could do worse.
If you sell the tuna, would you live buy the Rangemaster?
I think I can't say it. No, I won't. I had an insult lined up, but I do like my job.
Dib,
So,
would you buy it on the strap or the bracelet? I kind of like that bracelet. Looks kind of nice, doesn't it?
I think I'll get the bracelet. I
Yeah.
have plenty of straps.
let's see the beige here. Okay, let's dress this up. Ah, look at that!
Oh, nice.
Look at that!
That looks good.
Ugh, no, no, you can't do flat link. That looks terrible. Uh, man, Dib. Ugh.
There's a legitimate question in the chat. Do you want to move on from Baltic? I like the watch. It's been established.
I will say someone in my regular life, not in the watch world, reached out to me recently and said, "Hey, what do you think of Jack Mason watches? Because I like them." And this person, he likes watches. He has a Rolex, a couple Breitlings, Shinola, and I didn't really know how to respond. I don't know a ton about Jack Mason, but it's a worn and wound, will be at wind up brand, vintage inspired, Miyota movement kind of
Mm.
brand. And I don't like when people ask me my opinion because I don't want to
Ah,
sway someone the wrong way,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they're disappointed with what they end up buying.
Mhm.
Let's say they buy something else. So I
I'm
don't
I'm
know.
I'm with you on that, Keith. I get sometimes I get watch or asked to give watch advice to when somebody asks me who doesn't have any experience with watches and maybe just want one watch and they start telling me about something that they like. I always feel like I just tell them, hey, just get what you like. Just
Yeah.
if you like it, just get it. Now, if it's somebody who is in is a collector or is in the hobby who has some experience with watches and they ask my opinion, I'll give them my opinion for real, right? I mean, like, not that I won't, like, I don't want to come off as being like kind of like deceitful to that one person who doesn't know much about watches, but I think if you have a mild interest in them, right? You just want a nice timepiece, and you like something, like you're not obsessed with all the minutia and the details of
Hmm.
the watch itself and collecting, and like you're not obsessed as we are, right? So like if you just like the way it looks, I
Hmm.
mean, I feel like my answer is like it's always like, if you like it, just get it
Yeah, I mean,
if
I'll
it
at
makes
least
you happy.
confirm if it's like a brand I thought was garbage, I would say so. Like, stay away
Yeah,
from this brand. I don't think that they're not at that level. I
yeah,
see Colin in the chat said you guide them towards Seiko, which is exactly what I said. I said in that price range, I know I really like Seiko.
yeah.
But he's like, oh, I really like how these look. I'm like, oh yeah, go for it. I said if the design speaks to you,
Mm.
why not?
Hey, Dib, why do you think RJ McReady has a question here? Why do you think the Panerai submersible is not a more popular dive watch? I know like the bigger version, the 47 mil version. I mean, it's a big watch, but they make a smaller version now. Like, why do you think is as popular?
I think I think price is a big quotient.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Your Terrific did a good video comparing a PAM submersible. It was a 42 mil to a Submariner, I think, or maybe his old PAM. And while it's a very good watch, and I like submersibles a lot, uh, sorry, it's
You okay,
just
Dave?
sorry. I got into another live stream and I just got confused because there were two noises coming
Oh,
from my
oh,
laptop.
oh. Okay. So you're preoccupied. I get it. I get it.
What's
No,
what's
no,
what's that price? What's the price on that watch? Retail
which one?
submersible.
Now you have 42 mils, 44 mils right now.
Let's say
The
44.
average
What's
price,
yeah,
44 average is with the steel bezel, it's 10,000.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
ceramic bezels, they're around 12,000.
Yeah.
See,
It's
And
high.
I
nothing
think
nothing in that price range is a popular dive watch, right? Except for Rolex.
Submariner,
Because it's
yeah.
because
Yeah.
people don't want to spend that money and then lose a lot of money right away.
Yeah.
So nothing is Blancpain, Panerai, uh, the high end Omegas. None of that stuff is popular because people don't want to lose
Yeah.
their money.
That's a great point. Like, like nobody wants to spend that kind of
And
money on a dive watch.
and Panerai had a huge price hike in the last
Yeah.
few months too, I think. So the steel bezel ones were like 8,800 or 89. Then it became 91 or 92. Now they're 9,900. So the huge price hikes, the very arthritic movement inside it, and obviously, the finishing is not that good. It's supposed to be a tool watch, and it looks like a tool watch too. It's a more of a rough product. If you like that in a watch, definitely
Mm.
a submersible speaks, is a better watch than a sub. But overall, around 10K, the gold standard is a Submariner.
Yeah.
You just I like submersibles. I mean,
Yeah.
I
I like
would
them
like
too.
to get a 44 mil
Yeah.
white dial, but again, I can't justify spending that much money when I know, and I'm a price conscious person,
If it
No.
so
held
I just
value
can't.
like a Submariner, I think we'd see a lot of people buying them.
A lot of people would have bought it because
Yeah, because they're good looking
obviously
watches. They're
the,
good
sub- the
quality.
sub is an excellent watch,
Yeah,
but 60% of the people who buy a Rolex Submariner don't know what it really is,
yeah,
what it means to be a Submariner. It's more about the
Mm.
status. It's a
Mm.
yeah.
Rolex, right? If Panerai had the same cachet, and Panerai had that in the early 2000s, it would sell like
Mm,
crazy.
Yeah.
So definitely, and the other thing is, I don't want to spend that much on a Panerai
mm,
because Panerai's older models are its Achilles heel. Panerai has made so many models over the last 20 years that if you're not finicky about movements, all you want is the look. You can get an ETA powered submersible
Mm-hmm.
for $4,500.
Yep.
Brand new is 12K. And what extra are you getting? A really mediocre Valflurier manufactured P900 movement with no hacking. The Unitas has no hacking, and I've had my Unitas spam for close to 2 years now.
Yep.
Runs perfectly. So
Yep.
what is my incentive to go up and buy a
Mm.
12K Panerai?
Yeah.
submersible.
Agreed. VDB, yes, they have Salidas and ETAs movements in them. Maison. Marcel, going back to the Baltic, the green one with the beads of rice looks nice, but too small for him. We'll get to that show part in a second, Hobby Bobby. This must be the day of shitters. VDB discovered, Baltic release. I think he drops a Timex and BB58 with their name scrolled all over it. The irony of the title of the show and the current subject matter should not be lost on us. Thanks. Thanks, Greg. Um, you got into Orseco. That's the point that Keith was making earlier. Anyone gonna talk about the LV? Yes, we're gonna talk about that very very soon. Marcel saying I always recommend Ulysses Nardine for full retail to newbies.
I think that's a good suggestion, especially if they're
uh,
loaded.
that's funny. Um, the submersible isn't popular because of the reduction in size coincided with Paranoi going cheaper and finishing. The 144 submersible they made in the glory years was one of the hottest models.
PAM
Um,
24, it keeps value. It holds value. That for me, a submersible that is a gold standard of submersibles. Yeah.
Justin says the past submersible requires you to be a man's man, because it's high testosterone.
I think
Certainly
that's
is.
the case. I
Yeah,
always feel more energetic when I'm wearing my PAM.
yeah.
Uh,
Um, okay. Um, let's all right, let's move on, guys. Let's talk about some new releases here, if you don't mind. And look, I got to tell you, I wasn't too crazy a few years ago when the Iron Eagle Show part came out. Or this, yeah. But the model has really, really grown on me. And it's one of my favorite now integrated bracelet style sports watches out there. Um, it looks like they came out here with a chrono in a maritime blue dial. Um, I think it looks great, but that date window really kills it for me. What do you guys think?
I don't like it
Hmm. Is it the
because
dial color
no,
or?
it's two-parter. So
Mm,
I don't like the dial color, especially because of the way the dial is cut with the striations on the dial.
mm-hmm.
It just looks very tacky. And obviously the date window is an eyesore. This is much better to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you just prefer no date? Like there's nowhere better to put the date, right? Like
I,
that's a
I I
decent
think
spot.
you made a valid point, but see, if you pull up a new release Navi timer, they put the date wheel in a much better place, like right around the 30-minute mark, like a little cutout. I mean, if you really have to put a date, that's probably the best spot to put it.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the lower sub dial,
yep.
like date cut out in the middle, and
Mm,
the
I don't
mhm.
mind this date placement at all.
I think what bothers me, and I think it's the combination with this dial, right?
Mm.
And I don't know how. And I think I see Div's reference to the new Navitimers when they're putting it in the sub dial would make sense for me here because it feels like there's like a I don't know if you could see my mouse, but um, you have those striations in the dial, and then you have this break here, and you have a flat background to the number. Although the color is the same, and I appreciate that, it just doesn't work for me. And I don't know if that's like nitpicking too much, but yeah, that kind of bothers me.
I
I don't
think when
know.
you put it at 6 o'clock or 30 minutes, it kind of hides it, and it's only there if you look for it, but it's also harder to read
Hmm,
usually.
hmm. What are you guys' are overall thoughts on the Iron Eagle? Not necessarily just this model. Do you guys like it, Keith? Do you like the Alpine
Mm,
Eagle?
it's not something I'm into.
Yeah, gotcha. Deb, Amin, any? Any thoughts in general?
I don't really like this too much, and
Mm.
yeah,
Fair enough.
the whole genre, the whole integrated steel sports watch. I don't like that much.
I gotcha. Okay. Fair
I
enough.
normally really don't like the texture that they use for, that the Alpine Eagle, but it works with the chronograph, I think.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I think I'm a big fan of the IWC. I've seen the Alpine Eagle in person. I like the watch, but
Yeah. I,
yeah.
I saw it last year at Watches in One. I mean, at Watch Time, and I was just really, really impressed with it in person. And then it kind of changed the way I looked at that watch. And it, like I said, it's one of my that and the Laureato are probably my two now favorite integrated sports style watches out there. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, okay, yeah. So let's talk about the Louis Vuitton Acrivia. I've seen some interesting pictures in Watch Time. I mean, in Instagram today, kind of pointing out some issues or faults, but uh, Acrivia and Louis Vuitton. Is this the collaboration that we've been looking for? Amin, what do you think?
I think this is horrible. I think the whole thing is an issue fault. I mean, it's just it's like manages to be both kind of generic looking, mall watch looking, ugly on both sides. It's like a kind of two, but in that it has two dial faces,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
they're both ugly. Um, and kind of looks cheap. I mean, as far as and actually the finishing in the shots, not just the shots that show the debris and the dirt, but just the actual finishing doesn't look like so super special. Um,
Mhm.
I like that. I like this idea that Louis Vuitton is going to come out with highly limited series with famous watchmakers like the Harry Winston Opus series, and I like that they went and built a new movement with a lot of, you know, interesting mechanics, but man, this is a huge miss for me. Unless it's like 180 degrees in real life compared with I can't imagine how it would be. I think it's horrible.
To Jody.
I don't really play in these
Mm.
waters,
I don't even know what the
but
other brand is, I'll be
it's
honest.
just
None of us play in these waters, Dib.
there's
None of
two
us do. It's
there's
$500,000.
oh wow, never mind. Then I gave it a 3 out of 10 for 500K. It does it. I mean, I understand you're using the Acrivia's name and all that, but if you really had 500K and you did not want to be part of you know the sphere or the watch matrix, as a very famous person calls it, would you buy this? I mean, there's like a crazy Langa wands with tourbillons and crazy Patek pieces that you can get. I mean, again, I just don't know a lot about the brand, and just from a layman's point of view, this just looks shit. Sorry.
Yeah, not getting much love either from the uh, the chat. Um, there seems to be a theme tonight. Oh, Joey.
I'd rather have any of those Jean Claude Bivet watches
Mm.
than this. This is
I
eh.
agree.
Thomas likes the sapphire dial on this.
I mean, if you like a sapphire dial, the Ming Mosaic has a sapphire dial
Mm.
for 20 grand, less than 20,000 US. Those are going down in price.
Rick, not a big fan of this collab. Um, for the right price, I could get a Paddock and a Corvette.
Nah, I mean, for 500,000 euros, think big. Corvette, come on, 500,000. I mean, it's a nice sports car. It's probably a very good sports car, but 500?
Well, you're spending 400 on the paddock, right?
Nah,
You get a very serious paddock.
100K per tech, 400K car.
Um, this watch is gorgeous. Um, the Glashütte original Senator Chronometer Tourbillon. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Glashütte original. I think, as most of you guys may know, it's German, of course. Um, it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. Probably super, super expensive, I would imagine. Um,
I mean, from a distance, I honestly thought, like, why is the Grand Seiko Kodo up on the screen? And then I see Glasuter. I'm
mm,
like, huh, that Swiss
yikes.
German mishmash is now copying Grand Seiko.
Wow.
Hmm.
Hot take from Dib.
It's
I mean, there are other tourbillon watches with this kind of design. I mean,
Yeah.
Grand Seiko
Yeah.
didn't invent this kind of look. I think this looks good.
186,000 euros. Not too bad. Not so
Not a
bad, right?
not a
How much
bad
is that
value.
Grand Seiko? How much is that Grand Seiko, right? How much is that Grand
250, I think.
Seiko? Yeah, yeah.
I'd
70
rather
grand
have the
less.
Grand Seiko, but this looks nice to me.
Um, Brigade like. Uh,
Yeah,
hey
for
MJ, how you
sure.
doing? Brigade invented that look. All right. Um, anything else? I mean, I mean, I really don't want to talk about the hand hard. It doesn't really interest me. Porsche design. Yeah. So what? Um, do we want to bash Grand Seiko right now? Because I feel like that's what's going to happen if we put this up, and Dib is just going to bash them.
What? I love Grand Seiko. I've bought
Okay.
14.
Okay.
Let's do it. Dib
Let's
is
do it.
our authority. Dib, lead us off on this one.
I mean, the dials are nice, but the hands look weak, like Sanjay.
well, it's the same hands on the pink dial watch at Sanjay's,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah.
that's why he said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
cruel
I know.
shot.
The
I hope
perfect
Sanjay doesn't
wording.
watch it.
Sanjay is actually going crazy over the white dial because that's not a simple white dial. It has patterns on it, like a sunray pattern. I know he's going weak in the knees for that watch.
He's going to be at work tomorrow listening to this, listening to you bash him. Poor guy.
He's going to be back in the shop soon,
Yeah, is
looking
he
at
going to be
these.
trading in the pink dial one for this one? I guess
Very
so.
likely, right?
Cabby, he likes this GS. Wrong case, though. The
What's
Grand
the
Se-
size on these guys?
36 and a
They look
half.
they look small.
Yeah.
It is a small watch. It was
Yeah, 36 and a half.
designed for the ladies. That's how they projected it when it came out last year. This
Mm.
smaller 40-foot GS case.
This hand doesn't look like a lady's
Yeah, it's a
hand in the
manly man
picture.
wearing the
Yeah.
watch. He took off his Panerai and put on the Grand Seiko.
Yep.
Hmm.
He took off a VDB, switched it up.
Yikes. Um, Underachieving watch collector Rob, end the stream on the Long Island Watch TGV release. Underachieving watch collector, you ask, and will we will abide. Let's just get a couple of comments, and then we'll get Senja will have to have a review up on no time.
Yeah,
No time
no
now.
doubt. No
Uh,
doubt.
White Dow is doing it for Von Kroll. Not so much for Justin. Um, that's the same dial that Sanjay had designed for ladies and Dib. Kevin
Thank
coming
you.
strong. Evo 9 case is where it's at. AB, I think you probably meant the SBGW, right? 295. He asked ironically, no. We're gonna go for it. Okay.
We don't do irony here.
We don't do. I don't
yeah.
even know what that means.
Yeah.
Collaboration number 2 between the Urban Gentry and Islander Watch, and we have here. No. I will not sign up. We have here the Rangemaster Mechanical Limited Edition. List price 420 already. I mean, like, you're getting a deal here. You're gonna save
Oh,
$100.
wow.
Doing it for the
Uh,
people, you know?
It's like
yeah,
almost 25 off.
I think what struck me, there's so much to unpack here, right? What's going on with the dial side. But I think the real star of the show is the case back. I mean, we
Oh
have
my God. That's like sex on wheels. Or what?
Oh, Nelly.
oh
What
Nelly,
what
yep.
what Chinese robot died to make that case back? Yeah.
It's a Miyota, I believe.
Oh
A
my God.
Miyota where they took the rotor off of it.
Let
Ah,
me quickly get see
Oh,
Miyota 8 and 2. I don't think I've heard of that
goodness
one. Uh,
gracious.
Gilded skeleton, hand winding, and hacking. It hacks. Okay, let's get back to. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it has hand
Mm,
winding and hacking, sapphire crystal, screw down crown.
man, that's a classic. That's a classic.
I mean, is
Jeez.
this an instant classic or what? Is this like
I think it is. Amin. Red seconds, red tip on the second time.
would you is that forgivable here in this scenario, Amin?
You know what
Oh,
that red tip reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen a dog in heat?
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh Deb. Oh jeez.
what a way to
You're not
close
you're
the
not you're
show.
not you're not going
Oh
Red
my
Rocket
goodness.
here, are you? Cabby, thank you thank you so much. Appreciate it.
As a video been, hold on, I need to check.
There is a video.
There
There's
is a
There
there
is
video.
videos, two
Yes, of
videos
course. I mean,
released at
they
the same time.
look. I mean, these guys are don't mess around, Deb. They released the watch and immediately they put out a video together of them talking about it. Is this something that you should we
I,
look at the video?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We have already. It's 9:57. We're almost at at the end of the hour, but it is a 17-minute 29-second video. Tur coined the ultimate $320 Rolex Explorer and Hamilton Khaki Field Watch.
Mm,
Meaning
Scott, you're yeah. It's not sold out.
alternative.
It's amazing.
There's only 1,000. It's
I
limited.
mean, he made like 250 or 500 of the Rainmaster Series 1, and people were clamoring for it. I saw people
Yeah.
flipping it for 400 bucks, $80. That takes care of one Chipotle run. But, this, giving it back to the people, 1,000 pieces. I think I might have to get one.
I just I'm gonna leave Bruno's comment there. I'm not gonna read it out loud. Just just gonna leave it there. Watch market is crashing. Yeah,
This is what will stabilize the market. This watch will
please
solve the Israel war.
please type in quantities and add to cart. Okay, so
Is there a way to do that?
typing in. Um,
I
okay, so
think
there's 1,000. Let's type in 500. You don't have enough. Okay, all right. Let's
What does it
type
say?
in.
There's
It
not
says
enough
you don't
left?
have enough, so like at least 500 has sold. Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
between 3 and 500.
It lets you check out with 300?
Lets me check out with 300. Let me see if it
Oh,
lets you check out with
says
400.
they sold over 500.
See, he should have stuck to the 500 mark, but people were clamoring for it. No joke, and this is me being very serious. You look at the comments, there's like 15 or 20 people begging for a return, or in this case, a re-return.
I would
Okay.
love if Bobby accidentally bought 400 of these.
So somewhere between 550 and 600 have sold.
Whoa.
Yeah, so somewhere between
So by the end of the day tomorrow,
575 and 600 have sold. All right. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I
Um,
can't even muster a comment about this watch.
buy one.
I can't do it.
Bobby super chat money.
I
You
mean,
know,
if you're not careful, Mr. Hobby Bobby might buy you one.
Thomas, I'm almost tempted to do that. But I mean, this is. I feel like they would win. I feel like they would win if I bought one. but I appreciate the suggestion.
I take offense to that statement. What do you mean they would win?
I'm talking
They
about I'm
no
talking
no
about
no no no.
Mark
When you're
Mark
talking
and
about
GB.
the pillars of the community, you don't talk like that. I'm sorry,
I'm surprised Dib's
but
not
they
trying
are
to
the
flip it.
best.
What was that? What was that?
I'm just
Keith?
surprised Dib's not trying to flip it.
I know, I know. I'm actually thinking, if Bobby had actually showed me that less than 100 were left, I would have bought one, maybe $80.
Michael probably asking the best question of the night. What's worse, this at 320 or the VDB at 2K?
Something called Vintage Daily Beater can't go bad. I'm sorry, Mr. Michael, but this is the worst. The
I
Range
think
Master.
the Acrivia at 500K is in the running with those two.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
They're all equally bad. I think the VDB comes out the best, and
Mm.
then the Islander and the Acrivia are duking it out for
Okay,
one.
so you think VDB is number one?
VDB looks now, especially with the celebrity power behind that. I could see, 2000 for some of those watches, not the worst thing in the world. Okay.
Hey,
Uh,
hey,
yeah, not the worst. They're homaging different military watches throughout history. Some look more unique, some less. Not the worst. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um, the Acrivia for 500K could qualify as the worst. And then this, I mean, I can't even muster words about this. I just can't even do it.
They do, and Chaz brings up a point. I think there's proceeds go to charity here for this one.
The Range Master?
All is well. All
Yeah,
is well. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Well, then I'll shut up.
So, what is the percentage of money going to St. Jude's? Uh,
I think
Um,
I think they said 15 grand is going to charity, I want to say.
15 grand. So
I
let's
could be
say
wrong.
the average selling price, I mean, the 320 is the price of the watch,
Yeah, so they
1,000
make,
Yeah.
pieces.
yeah,
So that's $320,000
yep,
of MSRP.
yep.
Let's call it, I think they're probably the, if you combine marketing, like actual money spent to buy bill of sale for the watch, they're still raking in 200 grand
Yep,
after the 15K. And that's a good solid thing.
100%.
We need to start this.
well,
Okay, so
so
it,
yeah, go ahead,
it's
Ricky.
15,000 to charity, 7,500 goes to St. Jude's, and 7,500 goes to Winter Center for Autism.
How much goes to St. Jude's?
7,500.
7,500 to
Oh,
each
yeah.
one.
So they're raking it in.
I
So
mean,
that was St. Jude's was Urban Gentry's pick, and then the
It's
other one
that
was
won't even cover a X-ray for a sick child.
Yeah.
What kind of sick people
cover
are
an
these?
X-ray.
What
Yep. But
should have donated 100 grand? Then it would have been
Okay.
better.
Is 15 grand like the bare minimum to cover taxes that they have to pay?
I went in for a procedure at my doctor's and the bill was like 5 grand. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
you're
know. These
saying
guys are cheapening out.
to call it a donation thing?
Yeah, yeah. So you have the 320,000, right?
Yeah.
That you the gross. Um, then you minus write off whatever marketing that you do.
Mm.
Um, funds. I mean, money that you put into the watch, right? So like that's the gross, but what the pure profit from it, and then whatever tax you pay on that profit, does the 15 help write that down? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that
Mhm.
like the
I don't
most
know.
that they can give away to make
Yeah.
their tax bill? I mean, I'm not an accountant, and maybe it doesn't work that way, but that's just interesting that that's the number they picked.
Yep.
How did they come up with that number?
15,
Because,
15 out of 300.
let's say so if they sell 1,000 of these,
Yeah.
they'll gross 320,000. But I
Yeah.
mean, there's
5%.
marketing.
They're donating 5% of
Mhm,
slightly less than 5% of their gross.
right. But that's the gross is not their profit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the profit is what they're going to
But
probably
the
get
profit's
taxed on.
over 200, I would say.
200 grand.
These
Yeah.
are not going to cost a lot to make.
It's something, you know.
Isn't it? Right. I don't know. Man, man, this is like sinister. Like I almost rather
VDB
they
is the
not.
winner tonight.
VDB
We came in
is
here
the
with an
marry.
idea to talk you out of VDB. It
Yeah.
ended up here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I
VDB
think
is number one.
I did, but going back, just one last
I
thing
like
about
it
this.
better than the Baltic at 500. I think VDB is the winner tonight. Sorry, go ahead.
I go
But
Baltic.
I almost rather they had not made any announcement about the donation. Do you
Jack
know what I mean?
Mason, VDB is it beats Jack Mason. Everything we mentioned today, VDB clean swept the field.
Would you get a VDB over a submersible, a $10,000 submersible?
No, no.
So
I'll get the submersible.
you spend
2,000 for
$7,500.
a VDB
Uh-huh.
or 10,000 for a submersible. I'm getting the submersible.
All right.
You're
Dead.
right. They're not number one.
Okay.
They're number two tonight.
Colin picks at least one. Uh, Keith, do you agree with that?
I agree with
Is
that,
the
yeah.
okay?
I'm a self-confessed fan of the Baltic, so it's not a shitter. It's a very nice watch.
Well, there's a huge turn of events. I mean, I did not expect this stream to go this way.
They're
I have to be
putting
honest.
Seiko aside. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, no, no, go ahead.
Putting Seiko aside, name 3 brands you like at the $500 price point.
That's a toughie, but
Baltic, you said one, right?
I'm coming around. I'm not fully there yet. Citizen is one.
Mm,
You have to agree. Casio.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And
going with the big ones. You're not rolling Baltic out for this.
nah, I mean, again, I've been very critical of Baltic in the past, and when I actually say I like it, I do like it.
Mm-mm.
And I was considering buying it, but then I'm like, what am I gonna do with the watch? In all
Mm.
seriousness, like
Mhm, mhm.
I don't know, like it doesn't have a space in the collection. Like
Yeah.
where my collection is right now, it's just a
Yeah,
waste of money.
You're
you're
flipping that Baltic for a loss in a
yeah,
few months.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
you're
it's
past that. You're past the
yeah,
ball.
it's just
Uh,
like
okay.
if I buy sub $1,000 watches, it's always gonna be a new Seiko, which I haven't had yet. That's what it is.
Getting votes for Hamilton and Tissot.
No, Dib
Oh,
has said, Dib has proclaimed he would buy microbrand over Hamilton or
that is
Tissot.
true. I have no wish to buy a Hamilton again. I bought many. I bought many. At least 7 or 8. Easy. But I won't buy any lower Swatch brand.
Mm,
There's no place. I mean, I just don't. The money I've allocated to the hobby, anything cheaper. The only brand which really excites me is Seiko by a big margin.
mhm,
So as you said at the beginning of you know, buy what you like.
yeah. Well, I feel like I feel personally exhausted from all the laughing and the tears from tonight. I did not know it was going to go this way, and that's these are the best kind of streams, and I appreciate Deb, Keith, and thank you so much for joining me this evening. I really appreciate it. Chat, you guys are awesome as usual. Enjoy the race. This is race number 2, y'all. Have a good night. See you on Sunday for
Good night.
another episode of Watch Soup. Take care, guys. Good night.
See you guys.
Later.